Good evening, I'm Ronke Phillips and this is ITV News London. The easing of lockdown restrictions took another leap forward today with the return of outdoor sports. Families are also able to see loved ones with the return of the outdoor rule of 6. But the Prime Minister warned we must all still be careful. Here's our political correspondent, Simon Harris.
For Connie, Eileen and Carol, there was only one place to be today, the golf course. They might be a little rusty after their lockdown hibernation, but nothing was going to stop them enjoying this moment.
It was lovely because I haven't seen them for the best part of 4 months, and we see each other regularly.
It almost felt like, is this the beginning of getting back to real life?
To start golf again is just starting life again, and it's been such a beautiful day.
The Royal Blackheath in Eltham is said to be one of the oldest golf clubs in the world. For the members, it's been a frustrating few months.
Understandably, there's been frustration, especially when you see Scottish clubs have still been playing golf up north of the border. That said, we understand it's quite a difficult political message to deliver, to say it's all right for golfers to go out and play, but the rest of you, sorry, you won't be able to enjoy activities.
Great shot.
Like the golf course fairways, the swimming lanes at London's open-air pools were also busy today. This one in Charlton was open from early morning.
Last night I was literally on the out going, please, I want a place, because it's fully booked up until the end of the week.
I just feel so much better for the rest of the day when I swam in the morning.
Hey, we made those legs burn today, 7.
All over London, the freedom to exercise with others outdoors was seized upon.
These guys showed up 7:30 in the morning, shows us how much we've missed it, even though we've been doing it online, but in-person experience is so much more beneficial for us.
This liberation from some lockdown rules came as the latest NHS statistics painted an encouraging picture. On some days in January, there were more than 7,000 COVID patients being treated in London hospitals. Today, it's closer to 700. And yesterday, there were no COVID deaths reported in any of the capital's hospitals. Much hangs on the success of the vaccination programme. Some Londoners may have to wait longer than they hoped for their first jab.
There's a little bit less vaccine than we had hoped that we were getting in April. And so certainly in the second half of April, we'll be mainly focusing on giving people their second vaccine.
In Chelsea, Diego and Charlotte finally made it to the register office 5 months later than planned.
So good.
Wonderful. It's so exciting now that everything's opening up and it's sunny, it's beautiful.
The final lockdown restrictions won't be lifted for another 12 weeks at the earliest. For some businesses hovering on the edge of extinction, the pace is far too slow. But for many people in London and the home counties, this was a welcome start. Simon Harris, ITV News, Eltham.
The Grenfell Inquiry moved into a new chapter today, hearing complaints from residents about the state of the building before the fatal fire. The tower was described as a sick building. Lawyers for the families say the council prioritised cost over safety and residents were brushed aside. Kensington and Chelsea Council admitted they should and could have done more. The mum of a 19-year-old who's been missing for over a week accused the Metropolitan Police of not taking her son's case seriously. Richard Okoroge has sickle cell disease and doesn't have his medication with him. His mother fears he may have been being held against his will.
I'm empty. Part of me has left. I'm not hungry. I'm not thirsty. I'm not breathing.
The pain felt by a mother whose son has been missing for a week.
I'm lost. Is my oxygen.
19-year-old Richard Okoroge was last seen here on CCTV, leaving the building where he lives with his mum in Ladbroke Grove. Her concern for his safety is compounded with frustration at the police's handling of his disappearance.
I've looked around, I can't find him. And I was told by the police officer, well, evidence, if you can't find your son, how do you expect the police officers to find your son for you? And we're understaffed.
That's quite a shocking response from them, isn't it?
I broke down. I deserve better from the police. I deserve better. My son needed their help.
Richard has sickle cell disease and only tends to leave the house for his regular blood transfusions. He doesn't have any of his medicine with him. His illness has meant he has been shielding for a year. An isolating existence his mum fears has taken a toll on his mental health and believes he may have been groomed by someone online.
Somebody has Richard in their house. If somebody has Richard and is holding Richard, or they're holding Richard against his will.
News of his disappearance has been retweeted more than 15,000 times. His mum Evidence is trying to remain hopeful that she'll be reunited with her son.
It's very difficult to stay positive, even though you want to stay positive, isn't it? You try to, but it's not working. At the moment, it's not working for me because I don't know where my baby is. I don't know where my child is.
Evidence Joel ending that report by Helen Keenan. Bereaved Londoners have found a way to remember their loved ones who died of COVID-19. COVID-bereaved Families for Justice has started drawing hearts on a wall opposite Parliament in tribute. The group say it's an outpouring of love as they are the family and friends of more than 145,000 people who've died. They aim to draw a heart for every person that's been lost. Finally, they've barely kicked a ball in 4 months, but Hornchurch FC are in the FA Trophy final. The non-league East London side beat Notts County at the weekend in a dramatic penalty shootout. Not bad for a team ranked 2 leagues below them. In May, they're heading to Wembley, hoping to take their 4,000 fans with them. Sam Holder reports.
A pub team out of Hornchurch! They never said we would go all the way to Wembley!
They were written off as a pub team by opponents, but Hornchurch have pulled off one of the great cup shocks, even if it's in one you might not have heard of. The Urchins are through to the final of the FA Trophy, beating Notts County, a team 2 leagues above. It's like AFC Wimbledon knocking out Chelsea. This was their equaliser in the final seconds, which meant penalties. Chris Dixon's right foot booking Hornchurch a spot at Wembley Stadium.
It was just unbelievable feeling. You're playing in the UK, the one thing you want to achieve is playing at Wembley. And for the boys in our team, you can just feel the energy. The energy amongst the players is unbelievable in regards to the fact that we've made it. We've made it all the way here. The job isn't done, but we've made it to Wembley.
Wembley's capacity is 90,000, just 24 times bigger than the Hornchurch Stadium. Slightly different facilities too. The pitch here notorious for its holes, courtesy of stray shot puts from the local athletics club.
So you've actually got loads of connections to Hornchurch yourself?
Yes, I have. I lived here for 24 years. Brought up in the area, know this stadium really well. My children used to run on this track for sports days.
So they ran on this very track?
Yeah, this exact track, so it brings back great memories, and at the moment the football team's in a fantastic place.
Oh, and his son also plays for the team.
Did you have any hope, in your wildest dreams, that Hornchurch would be playing at Wembley?
No, I've got to be honest. To go there and come back like we did, it just shows what this team's got. This team's got a desire that's second to none.
The Urchins had to celebrate their historic win without a crowd. But if all goes to plan, when they appear at Wembley, the so-called pub team will be cheered on by 4,000 fans. Sam Holder, ITV News.
That's great. Now let's take a look at the weather. Here's Sally.
Making the most of it, whatever the weather. Octopus Energy sponsors ITV London weekday weather.
Hello there and a very good evening to you. I hope you've had a lovely start to the week with this beautiful weather. We've got more warm weather to come and sunshine, but by Friday, things are going to get a bit colder out there. We're going to have quite a different change in temperatures, actually, from highs of 23 degrees tomorrow back down to highs of 12 on Friday. So don't put your coat away just yet. Now, out there tonight, we have got some clear skies. It's going to get a little bit chilly, getting down to lows of around 4 to 7 degrees, possibly even a touch colder in some areas. And there might be a little bit of mist and fog around first thing tomorrow morning, but that should lift pretty quickly as we get going tomorrow morning with plenty of sunshine out there and lovely blue skies as well. A really fine, dry and warm day on the cards, light winds and those temperatures climbing up to around 22, maybe even 23 degrees tomorrow. So very pleasant for this time of year, and into the evening staying pleasant as well, with sunset not until 7:30 tomorrow night. So as we head into Wednesday, we're looking at more of the same, dry and warm, but by Thursday and Friday those temperatures start to edge away. There we go, back down to highs of 12 on Friday and a bit cloudier but staying dry. I'll see you later on. Good night and sleep well.
Octopus Energy sponsors ITV London weekday weather.
And that's it from us. We're back on air tomorrow from just after 6 o'clock with updates in Good Morning Britain. But for now, good night.